What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, I've got a really cool place for you guys. This one was built in 1965. It's been abandoned now for a few years. The place I'm talking about is this beauty right here behind me. I think this one's gonna be absolutely mind-blowing. So why don't we take a walk around outside and then see what we can figure out about this place. Okay, guys, we're gonna start today's adventure just outside the front of the house here at the end of the driveway. I think what we're going to do is take a quick walk around the property, see what we can figure out, then we'll get inside and take a look around. Like I mentioned in the introduction, this place was built in 1965 and it's now been sitting abandoned for a few years. So I think this place is going to have a lot of interesting features to uncover. So let's get right down to it. Right away when you enter the driveway of this house, you're greeted with these really cool pedestal lights. Obviously these have been around for a few years. This one's starting to fall apart. This one's still in decent shape. Well, as you drive up the driveway, you can see you got a very cool looking old house here. It's obviously been modernized a little bit. They did the stucco on the outside brick. I'm assuming it was brick before. And I'm sure when we get inside, we're gonna see it's been modernized inside a little bit too. But it's got the typical big front yard of a house you would have seen in this era. It's an absolutely massive yard. It's got a beautiful tree in the front lawn. It's even got a swing in the tree. Let me show you guys. I'll get over here a little bit. I mean, the swing has seen much better days, but still, you can imagine what it was like growing up in a house like this. Big tree out front, having the freedom to come out here and swing in that every day. As you walk up here, yeah, it's an interesting place. You can see it definitely had some character. You got a side entrance there, you got your front door there. It looks like it's a split level home from the way it's set up. I like that garden they have here in the middle of the interlock walkway. That's pretty neat. Obviously there were some lights in there. So this would have been quite a beautiful front part of the house here. The landscaping would have greeted you as you got home. I also like that light they have here that would have been in the middle of the garden. Very cool. Probably the only thing out here that I don't really like is how modest the actual walkout from the front door is. That's the modest thing here. Most modest looking thing. Of course, as you turn around, that's what the front yard looks like from here. If we go this way, I don't know if we can get around back or not, we'll see. It's got a big double car garage. Okay, yeah, so there's a walk around to go back here. We'll go this way. Oh wow, it's a huge yard. You can see some of this stuff is left behind here. Wow. Huge yard. You just don't see this anymore in houses. Houses are either multifamily dwellings or they're on little tiny properties nowadays. This is something reminiscent of an older time when people actually had things, when their money actually bought them something. Look at the size of this yard. Wow. I love the beautiful patio they have here with the sliding doors coming out to the yard. Look at this. It's an amazing backyard space. Let's check this patio out. So you got a couple sliding doors going in there. A couple of huge sliding doors going in there. As do you there. That looks like the kitchen. But look at this backyard space. They could have had a picnic table. They could have had so many tables, chairs, sun tanning chairs. They could have had the works out here. An absolutely great yard space. Got a big barbecue back here. But yeah, as you look around, you can see this would have been a great spot to have the kids out. You could be playing with your kids in the yard. You could be having a guest over. You could be having a big party. This yard was perfect for it all. I'll just show you guys the scope of how big it is. As you go back here, they have a trampoline. So they obviously probably had kids. Looks like they haven't used this thing in a while, just from the amount of leaf debris that's in it. Wow. But it's an absolutely huge yard. There's the house from back here. Of course, if you go over here, they have a hot tub, remnants of an umbrella, bunch of kids' push cars, just a whole bunch of kids' stuff here, really. So they definitely had young kids. But yeah, that's a massive hot tub they left behind. Super fancy. Of course, if we go over here, this is the other side of the house here. They would have taken us to the front yard. But yeah, guys, I think that's all the time we're going to spend out here for today. I think we've done enough dilly-dallying out back here. As I say that, I'm noticing they have a laundry room sink in the backyard right there. Interesting. I guess they did some gardening. They had an outdoor sink to make things easier. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that's all the dilly-dallying we're going to do for today. So why don't we work our way inside now, see if we can figure out about this place. Okay, guys, we're just inside the front door of this house now. Why don't we get right down to the Explorer, see if we can figure out about this place. Like I mentioned outside, this place was built in 1965. And as you can see almost right away, it did go under some heavy renovations. But I think as we get through this place, we are going to see some of the original charms still left over. One of the things I like right away, even though it's fairly modern, is this front door. Now this is probably more like an 80s or a 90s type of door. It's got the iron glass at the top. They did a terrible job painting it. But it's a nice way to enter the home. It's a nice looking door. They certainly don't do things quite like that anymore. And immediately when you enter the house, you're greeted by this closet with the shutter closet doors. That's something that's original to the home. That's pretty nice to see that they left that behind. That's the kind of charm I think we're going to see today when we go through this place. And as you can see, it's a fairly standard closet. Nothing too crazy. Usual amount of storage space. And as we turn around, as soon as you enter this home, you're greeted with this wonderful living space. This is probably a family room, I would think, at the front of the house here. Those lights up there, those are pretty interesting. I bet you those lights are probably original to when the house was built. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute. But as I pan out, you can see a lot of the stuff that has been refreshed in this house. You got new floors. These are like cherry wood floors. These are definitely more modern floors. And as I pan around, I would even say things like the baseboards. Those are probably new too. We'll get a little further into this room here. One of the things I like about this room is they're using a combination of lamps and pot lights. So this would have been very controllable space in terms of light. It would have been very nice to look at depending which lights were on and what time of day you're talking. Oh yeah, this is a great space. You got the walk out to the yard, which we saw from outside earlier. I'll turn around here and show you this room from here. Got a huge window at the front there. We saw that when we did the walk around. Of course, that's looking towards the front door there. We've got this very unusual door going to the other half of the house here. It almost looks like it's frozen ice. That's very neat. I bet you that's original to when they built this house too. We'll go that way later. Oh, what's this here? You got something on the wall here. Looks like it's an inventory of the belongings that were probably in the house still. Maybe when this place was emptied, they sold these items. All right, why don't we work our way deeper this way? That's interesting. They've got drywall attached to the ceiling here. So my assumption is right away there's probably holes in the ceiling from water damage or possibly animals getting in. I don't think it's because anybody stole any of the wiring or anything. That's interesting. I guess we'll find out as we get through the house. Oh wow, look at this. Really nice kitchen. Okay, you know what? Let's check out the kitchen first before we go the other way. This is a really big kitchen space. This is a very modern looking space. This is probably one of the most modern things we're going to see in this house. This kitchen to me looks very late 90s, early 2000s. Just from the choice of the wood, the cupboards, the handles, like look at the knobs they're using here. And the wood in the cupboards. Looks like cherry wood once again. Again, this is very, very common. Late 90s, early 2000s type of stuff that you would have seen. Oh, the knob goblin got that one. Got a KitchenAid wall microwave. Got a KitchenAid wall oven. Very typical of this era. Look at this fridge. It's filthy. Ooh, I bet you inside is gonna be gross. Oh, that's really, I don't know what to say, but I can see that says 2013 on the lemon juice. Oh, it stinks so bad. Oh my God. Oh. The other side is empty, except for some of the grossness at the bottom there. It smells like the fridge farter's been here. That really stinks. So as I turn around, that's breathtakingly bad. As I was about to say here, as I turn around, they got a really nice island here in the middle of the kitchen, giving some great counter space. Even on this side here, you could have had some high chairs or bar stools and you could have sat there. You got some storage on the side here. It looks like they left their designer plastic plate behind. And as I pan around here, that's pretty neat. I'm not sure what this is. Almost looks like it's a wine fridge or something. I'm sure somebody that's a little more well-versed in this stuff could tell me. But I think that's a wine fridge. Looks like it's got 2 controllable levels of temperature. Obviously, that's pretty fancy to be left behind. And here is they have a pull-out garbage bin. Very wild. That's an interesting stone countertop there. I don't know if I really like this as much as I would have liked like a granite countertop. Because if you turn around, the rest of this is granite. It's beautiful. Of course, that's a really interesting backsplash. I like that though. It's actually a nice touch. You got the sink buried in the corner there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Of course, you got an KitchenAid cooktop there. Lots of counter space in this kitchen. It's a really fancy looking range hood above the cooktop there too. Huh. Is there anything in these cupboards? No. You see though the hinges, those are like 2000s, late 90s hinges. We would have had some fancy things in this corner with the glass door. It's a really nice sink in the corner here. It's a large sink. It's got your vegetable washing station. And of course you got your, washing or rinsing sides. It's got the adjustable head. The only problem with this sink, and I'll point it out every time, the sink should have a view of outdoors, not the cabinets. This is actually a little cramped up the way this is here with the cabinet just above it. The sink should be in the island, looking towards those windows. That's my opinion. But yeah, this is a very nice kitchen. Looks like they could have had shelving there on that side. But as you go out this way, you got a nice big eating space here. Could have had your kitchen table here. Just look at the amount of windows they have. It's almost like a sunroom. There's so many windows surrounding this kitchen. It's a beautiful eating space. Of course, you got a nice walkout to the big yard that we were out in again. And I'll just turn around so you can see it from this perspective. It's a great kitchen, very modern. Nothing about this screams 1965. But this would have been a nice place to live, obviously, at one point. Okay, let's work our way back into this house. Let's go further this way and see what we can find. We'll go left first. So okay. This is like a den. Pretty neat. Looks like they combined 2 desks here. I'm not sure if this is how it was actually set up or not, but it's the way it is now. But yeah, this is a den space. You got another walkout to the backyard from here. Really like the sliding doors here. I've never seen anything like these ones before. They got their bench left behind. But yeah, this definitely would have been like the den or the office. You turn around, you got the beautiful wood cabinetry behind the desk here. You could have had, figurines or encyclopedias or whatever kind of important documentation you want to show off left on display here. Actually, it looks like it was like that 70s paneling, but they painted it. One of the few times I'll accept painted wood or stain. It's actually heavily stained. You can still see the grains. They left those guys behind. But yeah, this is a very interesting office area. I like this a lot. Left the 3-hole puncher behind too. And of course, this is the view from behind the desk looking to the hall we came from. And back out to the yard over here. They even left their painting behind. Pretty neat. And again, the flooring in here is all that new cherry wood floor. And that looks like it's an original door from when they built the house. Wow, look at that cobweb up there. It's been a while since anybody's been here, that's for sure. And of course, as you come out this way, this takes us back to the space we started the video. This would have been like the dining space over here. And that's the front door over there. So why don't we go this way now? Okay, so this brings us to like another section of the house here. Still have the same kind of flooring and everything. The theme of the house is very much the same as everywhere we go. We got a little candle holder on the wall. They actually use that. And as we go in here, this looks like it's a modern door compared to the other ones we've seen. Very cool bathroom there. Look at this. Whoa. I would say that's a modern sink. That's a really cool pedestal type of sink though. Look at that. And it's got like the water fountain faucet. Got a fancy soap holder. Even the sconces on the wall, very modern but fancy. And of course, they've taken the mirror away. Fancy bathroom though, they got crown molding and cobwebs. Oh, and there you go. You got a hole in the ceiling there. So it looks like raccoons or some kind of animals work their way into this house. Because as you look down, you can see everything's chewed up and just kind of all over the floor. The brown bomber has not been here. They left their magazine rack behind the toilet there too. The tiling in here I'm pretty sure is more modern. Probably go along with the pedestal sink, but I really like it. It's got a cool look to it. It's a very fancy room. I even like the tile border that's going around the window here. That's pretty nice. Very, very cool. All right, let's work our way back out to the hall here. Of course, we got a couple more directions to go, so we'll go left here first. And here we have the laundry room. It's a fairly large laundry room. We got tile floors. Again, those look like 90s floors or something. And you've got your washer and dryer here. These are very generic looking units. They could have been anywhere from the 90s to 2000s. Nothing really gives those away. Got a very stereotypical cheap plastic laundry room sink. And I like how they have the window going outside there. It's a very sizable room for a laundry room. I like how they got the door to close it off so you can keep all the noise in the room. That's nice. Again, down here, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's cobwebs everywhere, if the camera is picking them up. Over here we have, I guess, a laundry room door. Oh yeah, another shuttered closet there. This one's actually quite huge. And it's got the shutters on the sliding track. Again, we got serious cobwebs up there. I wouldn't be surprised if this place has been emptied for a few years now, by the way those look. And the laundry room door looks very much like the front door. It's pretty much the same door, modern hardware and all that stuff. And if we go here, we got a garage. We have a propane heater just sitting there destroyed. That's actually worth a few bucks. It's too bad it's sitting there like that. There's no steps going down though, so I don't really want to jump down here. So to kind of just show you guys from here, you know, they got some storage. They got some nice oak garage doors. Got to point those out when you see them. And it looks like some of the drywall came down up there. But yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot to see out here. Just some random items left behind. Lots of empty totes and, you know, just random yard items. Okay, why don't we work our way back into the house here? So this takes us back to the main section of the house that we just came from. There's Alan right there. So why don't we go through this frosted door and we'll check out the other half of this home. This is a split level home. So we'll go through. I guess we'll go up first and then down last. So right away, again, you come in here and you've got the same cherry wood floors as the rest of the house. So the renovations have kind of run throughout the whole place. What's really neat here is as you pan up and look at the banister, look at that railing. That is very 1965 looking with those wood spindles there. Very neat stuff. I really like that. So that's what I like about these places. When you find some of the original charm and character that the house was built with, there's nothing cooler than that. Let's go up these stairs, see what we got up here. Looks like it's got a fairly large upstairs area. Right here we got the bathroom for the second floor. Again, it looks very modern in here. The tiling on the floors, the tiling on the walls. I like how they have a window in the shower. That's neat. And the hardware in the shower looks like it's probably from the 80s. Brown bomber hasn't been here either. Is there anything in the cabinet? No. Just the plug for the tub. Of course, the vanity here. Nothing too fancy. It's got the modern hinges too, so that's like late 90s hardware again. You got the faux stone countertop. Very typical sink. Very generic light and mirror here. All in all, it's a decent bathroom, but it's very, very modern. Back out to the hallway here. All right, so we get back in the hall. We got a couple directions to go. So we'll just kind of work our way around. Again, it looks like we got another inventory left on the wall here. And as we look this way, those are the stairs we just came up. That's an amazing banister. I got to show it to you from both angles. And now that Ethan left the area, I can show you that frosted door closed from up here. Okay, let's go into the bedrooms here. What do we got back here? This must have been the master bedroom. It's a very large room. Got some of the artwork still left on the wall. They even left their vacuum behind. That's a Bissell too. That's a nice one. Yeah, you can see this place wasn't cleaned all the time. Look how dirty the corners of the carpet against the baseboard is. This is absolutely gross. This looks like nobody vacuumed in here ever. A great feature of this room is the big window looking outside. Got that clock up there, which is kind of neat. It's broken though. And if I go this way, look at those tiles. Very yellowy orange looking tiles. Almost looks like nicotine stains. That's not a nice color. Look at this shower though. That's pretty neat. I like how they have glass blocks on the wall there. That's a really kind of cool feature. I didn't expect to see that. You guys know I love the glass blocks, so when you see them done right, I think that's a cool way of doing it. And of course, it's nicely tiled in here. They did some of the ceiling, but not all of it. I'm not sure why. And the hardware in here looks very 80s as well. As I come back out here, you got a similar vanity as the other bathroom. Fairly modern again. So it looks like everything in here has kind of been touched up in the 80s or 90s. Very generic light and mirror again. Of course, you have the storage above the toilet, sure to be empty. Yep. And was he here? The brown bomber was not here, but someone has peed in every toilet. That window has the original ledge, but I think that's a newer window for sure. All right, so we'll go back out to the bedroom here, work our way back to the hall. Oh, we gotta check out the closet. That's kind of a big closet. It's got a sliding door, but it's a walk-in closet. That's cool. I mean, it's not the nicest, but it's a nice storage system for a closet. This closet was pretty workable. All right, let's go back out to the hallway here. And as we come back out here, we got a couple more rooms to check. Got another bedroom here. This is a fairly large room as well. Nice big window at the front of the room. And this would have been where the bed would have went, obviously. Of course, there's not a whole lot to see in here, except there's a closet over here. And it's not the biggest closet, but you can see there's some insulation in here. there's also an attic access, so it looks like someone popped that and came down that way. I mean, someone is an animal. As we come back out to the hall here, we have a little linen closet. Nothing too fancy or special to see, but got to show it to you. And as we go this way, we got one more kids' room. And this one was obviously a fan of the Minions. Even I know what the Minions are. You got sea animals like whales and sharks down there and those stickers. It's an interesting border job they did painting around the room. Left that behind. And of course, this room also has a double door walk-in closet. Well, sorry, just a double door closet. A smaller one. And this room's never been cleaned either. Look at this. You got more of this heavy, heavy dust just going around the corners of the baseboards and the carpet. I know they had a nice vacuum cleaner in there, but it looks like they never used it. That's an interesting wall. It almost looks like it's sponge painted, but I think that's paper. I think that's wallpaper. Actually, no, that is sponge painted. That's neat. It's a neat accent wall. I don't mind that. And that choo-choo train picture is kind of neat. All right, well, I guess that does that for this room. So that takes us back out to the main hallway upstairs here. So why don't we work our way down to the basement now, and we'll wrap this one up. Again, that's a really cool door. It looks like it's supposed to be ice. It's even textured. It's really heavily textured. It's really neat. All right, so this takes us down to the basement here. So we'll work our way down this way. Interesting. Oh, okay, I see. I thought the floors were strange, but they've actually taken all the tiling up. So what you're left with is the glue that was holding it down. They might even have had carpet at some time because this is underpad for carpet. It's a nice big window at the front of the basement. I'm not sure what this room would have been. I guess this could have been a little entertainment space when you first come down. And if we go this way, it looks like it goes further. Of course, if I turn this way, that goes back up the stairs we just came down. So why don't we go left first? Okay, so this is probably like a guest room. Again, they have some really interesting sponge painted walls on this one wall. Very dusty again on the baseboards. And of course, you can see all the tile or whatever that was on the floor has been removed. I like how they have the double door going outside from here. That's cool. So if you were a guest or if you were living down here, it'd be easy to get in and out. Of course, if we go over here, what we got here? Looks like notes. Haircut, individual assignment, I don't know. Looks like random reminders that someone had for themselves. But yeah, this is a fairly large room. I'm assuming this would have been a bedroom for a guest. And if we go this way, what do we have here? Oh, we got another room. Again, the flooring has been all removed. You got a bathroom in here, very 90s looking bathroom. Oh, there you go. Those stains look like the brown bomber was here at one point. But you can see you got some 90s looking terracotta floors with very 90s looking cabinetry as a vanity here. I'm sure if I look at this hardware, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's got a nice stone countertop though. Even the faucet's a little newer. And I really like the backsplash that's going around here. Matches the floor. And as I look this way towards the toilet, it also goes around the toilet, so that's pretty neat. The room is well put together. Of course, they have another big generic mirror here, but they have kind of like a 50s looking light here. Obviously it's new, but it's got that vintage look to it. And of course they got storage here. There's actually some cleaning stuff left behind. And that one's empty. As I turn this way, you got a shower. I like this one. I like how they have the tile going around the step to go into the shower. And as you look in here, I mean, that's pretty gross. That shelving unit's very gross and grimy looking. That has to go like immediately. But if you look around the shower, it's nicely tiled. I like how it matches the floor and everything in here. I think the shower space is otherwise pretty cool. And that's interesting how it's two-tone down there. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting bathroom. It's kind of one of the nicer ones in the house, and it's in the basement. Of course, you come out here. Maybe this was the bedroom. Maybe the other area was like the hangout room of the basement. What we got here? Physio Plus, so somebody was getting some physio done. Interesting. I'll let you guys pause and read that. You can tell me what it is. Got an elephant painting. Well, not really, but it's supposed to look like that. Of course, you got another large window going outside there. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of random stuff left here. You got a bin full of junk. You got an old hookah that's left behind. You got a light there. Of course, you have the closet here with some random pieces left behind in it as well. But otherwise, yeah, there's not a whole lot in this basement area to see. I guess over here is just a closet. Yes, it is. All right, let's work our way back through. I don't know if there's much else down here. So if we go this way, oh yeah, we have one more direction. So we got this way over here. Again, it looks like this was a lot of what they were ripping out. It looks like underpad and carpet might have been down here after it was tiled. Under here, we got a lot of storage. Wow, look at that. I don't want to go crawling in here because it's really low. But this is what we're dealing with. A lot of baby stuff and kids' toys and just random items left behind. So that's just kind of the storage and the crawl space under the house. And if we go this way, I guess this is going to take us to the lowest part of the house. Of course, you got another closet here. Extra storage in the basement. Let's go down here. Ooh, it's really creepy and gross down here. I wouldn't want to hang out down here. But it's a pink room, so somebody obviously used it as a playroom. But yeah, this is the lowest part of the basement. I guess this is where they would have kept the freezer. This could have been like a wood workshop. So look around, it's painted green. And it looks like it could have been used for storage, or, you know, like someone could have come down here to do some work. It's not a whole bunch of interesting stuff down here though, unfortunately. You got a bag, nothing's in it. Old toolbox. Yeah, it looks like this is just kind of where they kept everything that didn't really have a place in the house. That bird or penguin or whatever that is, it's not a penguin, but it's a little creepy looking, isn't it? Yep, very strange space. Very strange way to end this one off. For a moment here, it looked like it was going to be way worse than it was. Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this adventure with me. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment afterwards. Tell me how long you thought this place was abandoned for. And of course, if you can, share this one out to help it grow. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today's adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this one with me. This place was absolutely mind-blowing. Like I told you, it was built in 1965. It's seen a lot of renovations, but this was a really cool place to do, and I was really glad to share this one with you guys. If you guys enjoyed this one, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment afterwards, and of course, share this one out. Well, that's all the time we have for this one today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over there. Check out last week's video there, and check out the random video up there. We'll see you guys in next week's video. Thanks for tuning in.